to Explains 11. My name is Master Ice 9886 here. Today we're going to be having a short flight out of Pittsburgh International Airport, and we'll be arriving in JFK. It's a small, quick flight here. The layout for these videos, I'm going to be doing I'll have everything set up. We just have to do a takeoff and pretty much just fire the engines, and we'll do the basic ascent. We hit a certain altitude. Once we hit that altitude, I'll have a quick break, and you might see me in the middle of flight, and then we'll have the descent going into our arrival. So we are going to be ready. We're going to be sitting over here. We're going to fire up our engines here. You can see, so we'll fire the engines here. We'll fire left one as soon as it hits about 15 to 20 there. As you can see, we'll go and we'll do the fuel, and let's add the fuel in there. We'll see that come to life. And everything is coming to life there. It's leveling off. And we're going to sit there. We're going to start engine number 2. And as soon as it hits, there we go. We're going to add the fuel. And as soon as they both level off, looks like they're going to level off at about 60-ish. Once they level off, we'll sit there and we'll go through and we'll move them over to the flight mode and everything, get them ready. And it looks like we are leveling off there, so that seems good. We're going to move them over into our flight mode. We can shut down our APU here. So we're going to sit there, we're going to come over here, APU off, and we can turn off, I believe these are the APU bleeds, we can turn those off. And that should be it. Everybody is down, we are disconnected, ground power is off here. Let's take a look, make sure our gens are working. Should be on gen 1, beautiful. Put in standby power, and that should be good. Everything is check. Valves are on, engines are running. Everything seems to be fine by me, so we're going to hop back into the pilot seat. We're going to give it a little bit of throttle to make sure everything's working. There we go. We're going to sit there before we begin our taxiway. We're going to just arm our autopilots and our auto throttles, make sure those are good to go. Everything's set. We are good to go. So we're going to sit there. We're going to request pushback. That was definitely the wrong button here.
Okay, push card coming.
Yeah. Made some pushbacks on their way. As soon as they get here, they'll cook up and we'll disengage the parking brake here. Our flaps, we're going to be doing a flap 5 release as well as our takeoff, as well as our trim. Our trim is about 5, which is good. So let's step outside and we'll see if they have our there is our push cart. There, they're probably gonna come right under the building. Yep. Beautiful. So
here we go.
We're going to disengage our parking brake here, let them know that they're good to push us back. There we go. And I'm sure we probably had to move that out of the way, but should be good. They should have brought us straight back, which will be perfect because then we'll be able to make our way to the runway.
You paid the fuel bill, right?
Haha. Alright, so we're going to engage our parking brake here real quick, do our final walkthroughs here. and we're going to be flying as Delta Airways, so Delta 319 Tower, request and taxi, runway 14. And we're going to be making our way off there. Everything seems to be good here, so we're going to make our way to runway 14. We're going to release the parking brake. And we're just going to add just a little bit of throttle to get ourselves moving here. Nothing too major. Make our way off to the runway. And I hope you guys are doing good here. I want to thank you guys all for the continued support on the daily content. Gonna be right up here on, it looks like, the second runway. And we do have autopilot set up here. And that's our runway right there, so you just gotta go right down to the end of the strip here. And let me know down in the comments what types of flights you'd want to see us do here. As I said, this is the first
November
time
02 X-ray Papa runway 32 taxi via Alpha 10 left November Foxtrot 28 left hold short of runway 32
runway 32 taxi via Alpha 10 left November Foxtrot 28 left hold short of 32 November 02 X-ray Papa.
I actually did not know that the game did that in game. I guess it looks like they're saying hold short, so my guess is somebody's gonna be landing. We're gonna be making our way down there. Everything seems to be good. We're gonna switch our lights to steady. Anti-collision's on. All of our taxi lights are on. That should be, let's put our taxi lights into bright. And we'll be making this right up here. Just to let you know, I am using my Xbox controller that I got from my computer here for gaming. I said I didn't believe I needed to be at this time purchasing the big setup for flight simulators where all the controls and everything. It's just easier for me to set everything up with my controller and use that. I'm not gonna lie, I did try to set it up with my racing wheel here and see if I can get that to work at all, but that didn't really work out too well here. Bring us down here to the end of the runway. We'll line up and we should be clear for takeoff.
November 03 X-ray Papa, runway 32, taxi via Golf Alpha Tango Echo Charlie 4 Charlie 1 Victor 1 Tango Charlie November Foxtrot 28 left, hold short of runway 32.
Runway 32, taxi via Golf Alpha Tango Echo Charlie 4 Charlie 1 Victor 1 Tango Charlie November Foxtrot 28 left, hold short of 32 November 03 X-ray Papa.
Line ourselves up on the runway, we'll finalize everything, get everything situated and checked out. Yeah, we should be good for takeoff. We are going to have to do a takeoff approach with a rotation here, but we should be good. We'll line this up. And we do have a max climb up 35,000 feet here, so we should be good here. And just check, make sure everything seems good. Everything's good, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. We're going to be sitting there. We're going to be doing takeoff here. We're going to be arriving in JFK in about an hour or so. So sit back, relax, and we will be seeing you when we arrive shortly. Delta 1319, clear for takeoff. Good day. So we sit there, we're going to get this situated. We're going to add our power to it. Brakes are released. And we're going to keep ourselves pointed down here. We do have a V, where we have a liftoff rotation at about 121 knots, so we're going to be trying to maintain on here. It's 80 here. Veer, rotation, V speed. We have liftoff here. There we go. And I'm just going to enable speed there. Is going to help me maintain my speed. Let's do a 240. Speed maintain. I'll just help me out there a little bit with my throttle because of the joystick here. I'm going to do gears up. Gears up, we're going to a right bank rotation here. Maintaining speed here. We put ourselves on course 7079 here. Put ourselves around here. Everything seems to be good here. We put ourselves on course 709. Auto throttles are working wonderfully, so we're going to be good here. We're always going to go with this speed, so we're going to drop her out to a little bit. And I'm sure this is probably not the, the most realistic sense, but I do it in the most realism I know because this is the most I know about how to fly a plane on X-planes is pretty much whatever I learned from YouTube. YouTube's just an amazing place to be. But we're going to get ourselves situated here. Once we get situated on our course here, we'll set up our autopilot. It seems to be good. We are now at our 240 speed. And once we get to cruising altitude, we will sit there and set up everything. We're going to get ourselves back on track here. If you take a look there, you got
November 02 X-ray Papa, contact tower on 119.1.
Contact tower on 119.1 November 02 X-ray Papa.
Looking out the window. We should be good here. We're going to increase our speed to 280. We'll hold it at 280 there until we can get ourselves on our course, and once we get ourselves back on our flight course here, we should be clear for runway. But believe it or not, it's not a bad looking scenery here. You have a little bit of cloudiness here. But that's just where we're at, our level here, and as soon as we get to there, we'll be engaging autopilots, and once we engage autopilot, we should be good here. So I think should be good. Oh, watch her up to there. Let's do 1,500 feet per second. That should help us out a little bit there. There we go. We can go flaps. Put our flaps back so we're not stressing them out. Monitor that. There they are. They're at 1. There we go. Bring ourselves to the left. Bring ourselves back on course. And I am working on getting this set up with track guard to make it a little easier to use. Until then, that should be fairly decent. Make sure we're getting ourselves on course. That seems pretty good there. So I'm going to be engaging our autopilot here. Change our heading and our courses over to 80. Let's activate our VNAV and our LNAV. And we should be good. Everything seems to be good, so we will be continuing our flight, and we will see you when we hit. I don't know where we're going to see you at. We'll eventually see you somewhere. Alright, so we are beginning our descent here. We're going to make an announcement to the cabin that everybody needs to be on their seatbelts. Seatbelt lights on, so everybody's on. We are using the LNAV here. We do need to get ourselves down to 17,000 feet. So we're going to do that. We're going to set. This is the one thing I hate, is this takes forever to do. But we'll get this down to 17,000 feet here. We'll do a vertical descent speed. I've been doing about 2,000 feet here. We'll set it that way, but we'll do 1,500 feet per minute. I believe that's what it is. And no, yeah, we gotta get ourselves. Actually, we're gonna get down to 8,000. So we're gonna might as well do that. Might as well get ourselves down to 8,000 by now. Was it 84? Yep, 84,000 feet here. We should be seeing the airport at some point in our descent here, but we are on track here. We should be arriving, my estimation would be within maybe the next 15-20 minutes. Again, I'm never an airplane pilot. I have no idea what this is about here. But we'll get ourselves down there. We'll do a slow climb down there, and then if we need to, we can do a rapid level change. We do need to decrease our speed to 240. So we'll bring that down to 240. We'll let that slow everything down here. Like we have, a couple minutes before we get to our next location here. But we are on the Letty track, and pretty much once we get through the Letty track right up here, if you can see, this is pretty much our arrival. If I remember correctly, it like spins around or something, but we'll again, if I'm going to guess, our runway is somewhere over here. If I'm to guess, again, I can be completely wrong, but my guess is our runway is going to be somewhere over here. And once we get to a certain point, once we have the runway lined up and ready, we'll sit there and it'll take over. We'll disengage the autopilot, we'll fly it in manually, of course. We figure we have, if you can look here, we have The left side here is our speed, and I actually have no idea what the 2.5 degree is. Again, you can probably, I'm sure I can probably ask somebody, they might know, but we have about 240 knots, and then the right side's our altitude here with our descent. We have to descend to 8,400 feet here, and then 6,000, no, I can't say it correctly that way, 4,600 feet there, and that'll put us pretty much right here. I think once we hit Rosalie, it'll be right on our arrival track here. We're coming down here, speed slowly. Can we engage our speed brake a little bit? See if that helps. Yeah, that helped a little bit. We'll engage our speed brake just a little. And let's see if we can see our airport. I think this might be our airport right here. Either there or here. By the way, we are approaching our airport here. This is actually a pretty smooth flight here. I don't think we used much fuel. Again, I'm usually not, aware of how much fuel to put in there. Everything's doing good. We're decreasing speed here. Yep. Okay, yes, our airport's definitely right here somewhere. I can't get visual contact with it yet. It looks like, I'm gonna guess it's right up in this area somewhere, but we're gonna be looping around, so we are gonna have to decrease our speed a little bit more. Maybe we'll do 1,700 feet, just get ourselves down, because I want to be inside. Like in 13 nautical miles, I want to be at 8,400 feet, and then drop down to 4,600. And by the time we hit 4,600 at the LGA, we'll sit there, we'll be able to, drop ourselves down to 1,800 feet. And once we hit 1,800 feet, we'll be able to land it in manually. And I still do not have visual contact of the airport. As I said, my guess is it's like right here. Other than that, maybe it right there. It's actually going to be right up on our side. Yeah, I think that's going to be it right there. I'm going to drop ourselves down to our next altitude height of 46. Is that 46? Yeah, 46.15. Just because this takes so long, so we'll get ourselves down there and ready. If you ever have any questions, just let me know. I can do the best I can to answer them. If I can't personally answer them, I'll sit there and ask someone who I think would know. And we're gonna drop our rate of descent down to 2,000. Here, and that'll bring us down. I do want to be a little bit slower, so we'll move ourselves into our descent speed brake and see if that'll help. I don't want to engage any of our flaps yet, just because we're not going to be landing yet here. But we should be seeing that runway right off our, I think, yeah, we're going down. We're going to go down 25, because again, I just want to be right. When we hit those spots, I want to be right on that with our speed, so once we hit the LAG, I want to sit there and be right on it. Because by the time we get to this point, I want to start our descent down to 1,800 feet, and then by the time we get right into this bend, I want to be right on 1,800 feet, so then we can just sit there and fly it right in manually. So I don't think there's anything else we have to do. Let me see if we can... Yep. That's pretty much it, so we just gotta get ourselves set up, situated, and lined up. One actually neat thing I actually didn't notice until, because I sat there and for the longest time I left it usually looking like this. And I sat there, I was just looking the one day, and I'm like, oh my god, look at that. It has the exact, it has like the waypoint we're going to, our route. How long the estimated time is to complete that. Feet per minute, 2,000 feet, we should be right at the... Yep, we should be doing good. We're not slowing down as I think we're actually getting more speed, so we're going to engage our speed brake a little more. I don't want to do it too much, but it's going to destroy us. I mean, the worst thing I can do is sit there and just run the speed brake. We can always, once we level out, we're not doing, 2,000 feet per, or yeah, this much with descent. We should be fairly fine here. But we are beginning. As I said, we're gonna level off. We'll wait till we level off. Hopefully we'll level off right on. Right here is when we'll hit 4,600, and then we'll set and get everything set and ready for the turn here. Because this is our, I believe, this is the airport. The airport should be right off our right side. There is DC. So my guess is there's no way that's the airport in front of us. Unless that is the airport in front of us. I don't think it is. Well, that's a runway. That's an airport. Maybe that is us. Well, worse comes to worse, we know exactly where that's. That is us. And that is... maybe not. I've never been to JFK, so I don't know, but to me that's a small airport, so I don't think that's us. We should be, if I can see out this window, we should be somewhere over here. We should be able to have visual contact at this point. And I'm not sure. Well, we'll continue the GPS here. We know where that's at, so we can always fly it over there manually if we need to. But I don't think that's our airport. I can always be mistaken here. Where are we at? Yep, we're at 4,600 feet, so I'm going to begin my descent down to 18. So we'll get this situated here. This here we have roughly 2 minutes, so we'll do probably 2,000 feet. As I said, we can always fly that over there manually if need be. Drop that to 1,500 here. Our airport, it should be. I'm assuming, because I did this. At least I think I did it correctly. We sit there. I'm looking over here at my flight planner. It doesn't have Rosley in there, but that popped up anyways for doing the runway setup. So, worst comes to worst, we can always sit there and fly it over there manually and assume that's our airport. So we're going to get our descent down here. Everything goes good here. Here, do we need to drop our speed anymore? Nope. As soon as we hit 1,800 feet, we'll switch over to get rid of disengage the autopilot and everything. We'll fly right in manually. And we'll sit there and add on our lights here. For our runway rights, we'll turn those on. Taxi lights should be bright. And we will anti-collision on, turn our wheel well on. Everything should be good here. We're going to swap out of that. We'll go back into our contact mode. And our runway should be dead ahead somewhere, so as I said, if we don't see it, we can like bring our altitude up. We'll fly it over manually over to the other airport. But we'll see if we come around here. And that, I believe, is the airport. Nope, that's a building district. There it is. There's our runway. We have visual contact. Okay. So we're going to disengage. We're going to be landing on this one right there. You do have visual contact. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to, because we're traveling so fast. Yep, we should be good. So we're going to disengage our autopilot. Disengaged autopilot here. We're going to bring it in. We are going to sit there. We're going to autopilot. Everything is disengaged. We're going to go gears down. Air brakes are engaged here. We're going to go flaps 2. That's going to bring us in here. We are coming in a little bit on the hot side. We're going to probably have to go flaps 5.
Sink rate, sink rate, sink rate, sink rate, sink
Flaps
rate,
5.
sink rate, sink rate, sink rate, sink rate, sink rate.
We are going. Oh, we're
sink
traveling
rate,
in here way
sink
too
rate,
fast
sink
here. Do
rate,
we have any
sink
air
rate,
brakes?
Sink rate, sink rate, sink rate,
Flaps on.
sink rate,
Some flaps
sink
again.
rate, sink rate, sink rate, sink rate, sink rate, sink rate.
This is, ooh, we're going to go on the right side. Go to the right. Gears are down. Flaps are down. Flaps final. Flaps are in full.
Hold on. Hold on, sink rate.
Okay, we're gonna
sink
get this.
rate,
We're gonna get
sink
this. We're gonna
rate.
get this. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get this. Too late. We ran out of room.
20.
Flaps in. We're gonna re-engage. We're gonna come around again. Add a little bit of throttle. Not much. We're gonna maintain at 200 here. We came. That was just way too. That came up on me way too fast there. Delta 319 dispatch, we had a run around here. We're going to do a quick spin around loop. We're going to re-engage and retransform. We'll be arriving back on here, so we're going to be making our way around here. Do a nice spin around the corner here and make our way around here. And I apologize if there's any background noises. I do my best to try soundproofing my room when I film, but you can't soundproof everything. But we're going to be bringing ourselves around here. We're being throttle in full here. We are dropping speed a little bit too much here. I think that was the turnaround spot too, where you needed to turn around. We're going to bring our way down here. That should be good here. Flap should be in 1, so we're going to go engage flaps
Sink rate,
2.
Sink rate, sink rate. Hold on. Hold on.
Okay, again, this is the first time I'm flying, so I'm not going to.
Hold on.
Flaps in full. We're going to put flaps in full.
Hold on. Hold on.
Oh, this is going to be perfect. We're going to be able to do this.
Hold on. Hold on.
Speed's coming down. Beautiful. And as long as we touch this... Okay, how do people manage to do this?
200.
Sink rate, 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 sink rate.
Fluff her up, fluff her up, fluff up. Come on, fluff up. We're not going to be able to make it. We're not going to be able to make it. We're going to do a come around again. We're going to do a come around again. This time we're going to sit there and hold right at 200. We're going to go out quite a little bit. We're not going to go out too far. We're going to go out to maybe the edge of the line here so we can do a nice successful spin around here. Because we're not getting that. I think we're just coming in way too hot. That was my bad. I should have known to turn the speed down.
200.
We're just going to bring our way out here. Probably going to look very weird for all these people here. Make sure parking brake's off. I hit B. Okay, B does the parking brake there. And we're just going to maintain right here. We're going to come out just a little bit. And we should be safe to bring in. This should be good enough here. As I said, we were just coming in way too hot for that. Okay. Delta 319 tower, we're coming in for our final landing here. Add a little throttle there. We're not going to do much. We're going to keep it right at 160 if we can. We'll touch down. Bring it all the way around here. We should be good as long as we line it up. As long as we line it up, we'll maintain right here. There we go. We're going to line it up. I don't have runway Visual, there we go. Very visual contact. We do have runway in sight.
Sink right, sink right, sink right,
Disengage
sink right,
throttle.
sink
We're not
right,
even gonna
sink right, sink right, sink right, sink right, sink
align
right.
the camera here.
Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up.
Can't go flaps anymore.
Sink
Nope,
right,
flaps are
sink
done.
right, sink right, sink right, sink right, sink right, sink right, sink right.
We hold
sink
here, we
right.
should be good.
400. 300.
Sink right, sink right, sink right.
We have our runway in sight. Also, I think we're using a wrong runway. I think we needed a longer runway, but we should be fairly good. Those
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
fluff it, fluff it, fluff it. Brakes down. Hold down, hold down. Disengage, disengage. Come on, slow her down, slow her down, slow her down, slow her down, slow her down. Oh, this was the correct runway. Oh, I see. So only. Ah. Okay. There we go. Okay, never mind then. Well, we're taxi our way to terminal here. And what a successful landing here. We'll get ourselves off the runway here. That wasn't bad once we figured that out. I'm gonna have to look at something for my throttle because I have to hold it back. When I'm trying to hold it back, I have to hold multiple keys, so I'm gonna have to look into that. But that was a successful landing. I want to thank you guys for joining me on our new adventure here. I know that wasn't the best of landing, but we're going to be perfecting ourselves and getting our abilities a lot better. And I'm going to see you on our next episode. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you on our next episode.